Just because you already achieved something doesn't mean that it can't be achieved again. Some of you might literally hear messages coming in and someone that wants to support your rebirth process. Sagittarius! Welcome to your May 2026 reading, but of course this message is for you anytime you might find it.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
Let's get started. To the north, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So we are doubling down on this earth element here. So this is very practical, very literal in your life. So where are you able to literally give back to other people? Are you and that could be in the form of education, like you could be educating your children or children that are in your overall realm about finances, about housing, about budgeting, things like that. So this is very literal, Sagittarius. Where are you able to give to others? Where, in terms of both finances and in terms of housing and like career advice, are you able to give something to more junior employees, whether they're your own employees, or create a program for junior level employees, entry level employees that they can really use as a resource? That's the type of thing that we're talking about. So your action item over here is Queen of Wands. You are the head bitch in charge. You are revered as someone that knows what they're talking about. You have already built rapport. This is about you stepping into that role. So we're jumping from Queen of Pentacles to Queen of Wands, and so these are two queen energies. This is royalty. You know your shit. You know what you're talking about. You have knowledge to share with other people, and this is asking you to like really step into what that means on both a literal tangible level as well as a spiritual level. So you have to really believe in yourself, believe in your skills, believe in your product, your talents, etc., in order to move forward. Let's see what we have for you, Sagittarius. Over to the east. Oof, we've got 10 of Swords. So I'm seeing a lot of doubt, depression, anxiety, a lot of impeding thoughts over here. So this is a warning to not let those thoughts get in your way. We were just talking about how great you are, and everybody knows how great you are. You don't have to worry about that. You are on the right path. You are doing the things that you need to be doing, and this is for you, okay? So self-doubt has no place here. You have to be aware of whenever those thoughts start coming in so that you can quickly get rid of them, because you have shit to do. You really do. Your action item over there, maybe something that's going to help us get through this self-doubt, is the Seven of Pentacles. You already have a proven track record of accomplishments and achievements, and it's your time now to take from that. So what is something that you know for sure that you've done well in the past, that you have accomplished, that you can now share with others, again, maybe in a new way, Maybe it's a repeat of something that was a success in the past. Just because you already achieved something doesn't mean that it can't be achieved again. You can still repeat past achievements. You could have created a training program for more junior level employees in the past that still works now. So take time to really think about the things that you've done in the past, and use that as your ammunition for combating these impeding thoughts, and any thought that is trying to drag you down, that's saying that you're not as amazing as you are, because I can see here that you are. Next, we have to the south. This is our our connection to the divine and source and spirit. Page of Cups. So this is a messenger. There's a spiritual message coming in for you. You might also be a spiritual messenger for others. And the way that this message is coming through is through emotion. So what I'm getting here is that a lot of you are clairsentient. You might have heard about the different clairs, the psychic clairs. And what that means is the clairs are just abilities. So probably the most common one is clairvoyance, which is gift of sight. Clear sight is what that translates to. We also have clairaudience, which is hearing. So some of you might literally hear messages coming in, or you might hear voices of animals whenever you're walking past. The point is that you're receiving the messages through your hearing sense. Claircognizance is just knowing of something, so clear knowing, and it's just whenever random information comes to you and you have no reason to know this information. It could be a story, maybe you suddenly know the childhood of a colleague of yours, or you suddenly know what are the personal problems of someone that you're talking to, a stranger that you meet in a gift shop, something like that. And then clairsentience, which is the one that I'm getting to here for you now, is where you have clear feelings. So these are this can be body sensations. It can also be feelings and emotions. So these are things like, if you're not someone who typically experiences anxiety and all of a sudden you're feeling very anxious about something, it could be that you're picking up on the emotions of someone else. And you're picking up on those body sensations that are associated with anxiety from another person, and they're not actually yours. So this is something just to be aware of, so that you can be more aware that whenever they come in, when those feelings or body sensations are coming in, you know that there's you're being asked to do something with that on a spiritual level. It could just be something as simple as offering words of encouragement to the person that is exuding those feelings. It could be something like, that you need to share a story of your own so that someone else feels more comfortable around you. It could be any number of things. Working on your clairsentience and feeling into that particular psychic gift is going to help you here, and that's what's being called out. What is your action item down here? The Sun. Wow. So we've got this major arcana card here. This is new beginnings. This is everything in your path is lit up so that you have the ability to move forward. You have the ability to share with other people. You are increasing your own clairsentient abilities, and this is a whole new beginning for you. So just enjoy the moment. This is a time for celebration. This is something that you can really feel into and feel deeply. This isn't a time to hide away. This is a time to be out and share your wins with other people. And that's how you're going to be able to spread your good messages and your goodwill for others on the planet. Let's see what we have for you over at the West. This is feelings and emotions, right? This is our water element. We're starting out with a big one, death. And the way I like to read this particular version of this card is death and rebirth, because you can see in the image here, we have the depiction of death that is killing its own spawn, killing a part of itself, but is also pregnant with new spawn. So you can kill parts of yourself while inviting new parts of yourself. And because this here is in our positioning for emotion and feeling, some of you already know that you're going through a death and rebirth process, and you need to feel into that. It is a grieving process. I've done it myself, where you have to say goodbye to an old version of yourself in order to meet the new version of yourself that is better and that is improving and that is a better fit for the world that you want to experience. So it is a whole process. Feel all of the feelings that are involved in this. Anger is another emotion that might be coming up for a lot of you at this time, because you're frustrated with yourself that you didn't do this already. Or maybe you're frustrated with other people that they're not on the same journey and they're not doing the same things. So this is just feel into this grieving process and this death and rebirth process, and you will be making progress, I promise. Let's see, what is your action item here? Wow, I was not expecting this. 2 of Cups. This is sometimes read as a lesser version of the Lover's card, but really at the heart of it is intimate relationships and being in communion with another person, and really seeing other people where they're at and having other people see you where you're at. So in your death and rebirth process, one of the things that is key here is to share it with someone else, to be witnessed in this overhaul of you, of your existence. Okay, Sagittarius, you can be sad and still let other people see that sadness. You can be grieving a part of you that is being ripped out and lost, and be honest about that with another person, a trusted person. This isn't just to say it's, like any other person. This is someone that's your equal. So we're not overloading our own emotional grievances and our emotional processing on a child, for example, or someone that's not capable of feeling where we're at and really being with us. This is someone that can hold the space for you, okay? And someone that's really going to see you in that process, and someone that wants to support your rebirth process. Okay, we have one more card tying everything together. Let's see what's going on here in the center. The Devil. The Devil is representing mischief, temptation, addiction. So some of you, Sagittarius, need to get through your addictions. That can be something that we would traditionally think of as an addiction, like alcohol, drugs, sex, pornography, things like that. But it can also be addiction to social media. It can also be addiction to a way of life. It could be addiction to gossip and drama. There are so many different ways that addiction and temptation can come up. And so in your healing process, especially with this death and rebirth that you're going through, you need to be very aware of where your temptation is. Are there people in your life that want to pull you away from this path, this healing path that you're on, this growth journey, personal growth journey that you're on? You have to be aware of that, Sagittarius, and you need to have the proper boundaries in place to get through this. Okay, it could be like a past romantic partner. It could just be someone, friends that aren't a good influence on you anymore. But you need to control your own destiny, okay? If you don't control your time, others will. If you don't control your patterns and your thoughts, others will. The patterns and thoughts will control you. Okay, Sagittarius, that's all we have for you. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs to get a fuller picture of the month ahead.